Hello, once again, welcome to All Things Leslie. Today I am going to work in the Cuisinart bread maker. I have never ever in my life made fresh bread, and today is the day. Okay, let me also mention here my shirt. You like it? Ask me about it, okay? All right, now into the bread. First things first, open the machine, take out your paddle, take out the actual bread maker. It was like a slight little turn. I'm going to put my paddle inside the bread maker. It only fits down in this thing, this pan, one way. It's only one way to put it in, so that's very simple. I'm going to put it back into the oven. And I'm going to turn it, counterclockwise, and it clicks right into place. It doesn't say which way this arm belongs, so we'll just see at the end. All right, I don't want to make this too long, but with the Cuisinart machine came a recipe booklet on one side and the Cuisinart instruction booklet on the other side. So we're going to use the recipe booklet. And I am making basic white bread, the 2-pound loaf in the Cuisinart bread maker. Okay, my first item, they say I already have everything lined out for time purposes, but I'm supposed to put everything in the machine in the order that it's listed. So the first item is water, room temperature water, 1.5 cups. I already measured it. So this is exactly 1.5 cups. Then they said to use unsalted butter, room temperature, 3 tablespoons. So in this cup here, I have 3 tablespoons of butter. I slightly melted it because this has been in the refrigerator, so I mean, if you take yours out early, I didn't take mine out early enough because I thought I was doing something else, but here I am. So I just melted it a little bit in the microwave. Yeah. That's that. Simple. Next ingredient, it says to use granulated sugar. 1 tablespoon. I pre-measured my sugar. This is 1 tablespoon. Throw it in there. And then it says kosher salt, 1.5 teaspoons. Now, I don't know about that. That to me, 1.5 teaspoons sounds like a lot of salt. So maybe I'll just do 1 teaspoon and count a little bit that fell over the side as a half. And this is Badia, B-A-D-I-A, kosher salt, any kosher salt. I found this in my closet. I don't usually use salt. Then it says unbleached all-purpose flour, 4 cups. I pre-measured 4 cups. This is, I believe, great value. No big deal flour, all-purpose flour, 4 cups. Ooh, I'm going to throw it in my machine. Throw it in there. Trying to pour it all over the kitchen, which I'm doing right now. I hope this come out right, y'all. I'm doing it exactly right. I'm doing it exactly like the instructions said. 4 cups. Making a little bit of a mess here too, though. But 4 cups. Maybe I should have used something else to pour it, something with a spout maybe. But that was 4 cups. I wasn't even thinking about pouring it at that time, but I was more worried about me having 4 cups of flour in the house. Non-fat dry milk. I also have some great value instant non-fat dry milk. Great value. Everything here is great value. I got it out of Walmart. But I measured out 1/4 cup. And dumping it in there. And let's see here, and the yeast. Okay, now this says here, I have Fleischmann's Rapid Rise Instant Yeast. I'm going to put 1.5 teaspoons in there. Let's see how this goes. I don't even know what this package consists of because I've never used yeast. No, I don't know what I'm doing. So this says 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, that's about the whole package. Just about, so we just throw it all in there. Yeah. Okay, all right. Now that I have all of the stuff in here, it says put all the ingredients in the order listed into the bread pan fitted with kneading paddle. Secure bread pan into the Cuisinart bread maker. We've done that. Okay, so I'm going to close this up because that's all done. Then it says press the program button to select the white program. Let's see, does it say white or does it have a number? Oh, okay, it has a number. So I'm going to go back to number 1. Then it says select desired crust color. Crust color. Let's see here. I guess that's light. I'm going to take medium because it comes up, let me see, light, medium, and dark. And then it says load the size. This is 2 pounds. Press the start and stop button. Okay. It's now kneading. That was simpler than I thought it was. Press the start and stop button to begin the bread making process. If desired, when paddle signal sounds, press the stop button to pause the unit. Remove dough and kneading paddle. Reshape dough and replace in pan. Okay. I am a beginner. This is my very first time using the machine, so I'm skipping number 3. I'm not taking it out. I'm not reshaping it. Whatever shape comes out in here is the shape I'm going to use. Then it says when the cycle is complete, remove the bread pan from the machine and transfer the bread to a wire rack to cool completely for slicing. Now I don't know how long this takes. This is a 2-pound loaf. I can look in this window here. Oh, and I see it. First I saw it look like it was chopping it. Now it looked like it's mixing it. It looks like, I think it looks like it wants to be dough. Oh, can you get a close up? Oh boy, it looked like it says 3 hours and 30 minutes. And right now it's on knead. See, it says, can you see the dough in there mixing? All right, and then here's the program button. Here's the color. It was the size, and then you press start, and then everything else is on 1. 1 means white bread. This bread with the lines in it means medium color. This is the size of the bread, 2 pounds. This originally started off at 3.5 hours. And the size and the start. We're going to see in 3.5 hours what this bread looks like. But right now I'm a little fascinated because I never made bread, and this looks like it's doing everything for me. Oh, I can't wait. All right, let's see what happens in 3.5 hours. Okay, it's been about 2.5 hours. I'm not certain what's going on in here, but it kneaded, and then it rised twice, 3 times I think. It kneaded then it stopped a short period, then it was rising, then it kneaded again and it was rising, and then it kneaded again and it was rising. And now, as you can see, it's on the bake mode. It has 1 hour to go. I don't know if I peek in here if that would cause any damage, but that's it. Maybe next time I will take it out and shape it, because this shape is horrible, but it could have rose up a little bit more. But we'll see. We'll see what happens during the baking process. Okay, got 1 more hour to go. All right. Okay, I think we're about done. It took exactly 3.5 hours before the buzzer sound saying that it was done. During that 3.5 hours, there were 2 kneadings, and there were 2 periods where the bread was rising. Then they also gave you a period where you can take the bread and add things in, like, so if you had nuts, or if you had berries, or chocolate, or, oh look, I'm doing it wrong already. I'm only supposed to lift this handle up with this because it's hot. Then put that down, then go in for my pot holder, grab the handle, turn it counterclockwise, and take it out. So now that the bread is out, I do have a little bit of flour down there because I was sloppy throwing it in there. It's out. I have to take it out this basket here. It's very hot, so make sure you use a pot holder, a mitt, a glove, or something. Then I have to turn it out. Yeah, it's lighter than I wanted it to be, but I just poked it with this pokey tool. I poked it with this pokey tool. The pokey tool came out dry. I don't know if y'all want to see me do it again. But I stuck it in there. I pulled it out. A little bit of bread on there, but the bread is dry. I'm going to turn it out the pan. It says to turn it out. Give it a little shake. Okay. And voila. There is bread. Okay. Sit this over here. Push it over a little bit because it's hot. Those things there. My jelly. And I don't know if you can see it, but the paddle is still in there. You need to remove the paddle from the bread. You can actually remove this during the process. They give you a period where you can remove it during the process, but I didn't want to touch anything. So the bread is brown around the sides, which I like that color, brown around the sides, but I'm not happy with the top, which is the part that was not touching the pan. I need to let it cool for a few minutes, it says. And then we'll do a taste test and a consistency test, all that other kind of stuff. I feel like if I made it darker, this part would be darker and not necessarily this part here. But you know, the rest of it looks pretty good. During the process, they also said that I could take it out and shape it, but I didn't do it because, like I said, this is my first time, so I didn't want to be doing all that stuff there. But to me, it looked like it really could have used some shaping. You know, like over here looks a little, to me, it looks a little deformed and whatever have you. But that is not the important part. The important part is, what does it taste like? I don't know how much cooling we need to do to cut bread, but we're gonna see here. A little crunchy. Little crunchy. Let's see here. What does the consistency look like? It doesn't look like a loaf of bread out your supermarket. Okay. Maybe we need more salt. Yeah, they said 1.5 teaspoons of salt, but I don't know. To me, it tastes like you could use more salt. That first slice, actually this one too, it's a little crunchy. This bread feel like it's more like for, I don't know, some sort of biscuit or something. I don't know. Ooh. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to try this a little more often because I'm not crazy about what it looks like for. Well, maybe it was a recipe, and maybe I could try this again. Because right now, I don't know, my facial expression is telling you everything. Maybe with a little butter. Maybe a little butter will make it taste better. Yeah, because this recipe is lacking something. And I did everything it said to do, except for that 1/2 teaspoon of missing salt. I don't know if that can be a difference in the world. The consistency is not bad, but I don't know. Flavor needs something. Well, that's it for the Cuisinart bread maker. I did make the bread. Next time I do it, I am going to do it again. But I'll try a different kind. Maybe raisins, cinnamon, something with more flavor in it. But for now, thank you for spending this time with me. The Cuisinart bread maker, which works. It works very well. It's just the flavored bread. The machine is not going to change anything. I just need the recipe needs to be changed. But other than that, it's a great machine. It did what it said it would do. Right now I'm going to try to open this strawberry preserve, douse it with a little bit of that. All right, thank you again for spending this time with me. And if you have any suggestions of what I could have done better, or if you have a recipe that is better than the recipe that was in this pamphlet, just enter it below and maybe I'll try it with your recipe. But thank you again. Bye.